Hi everybody, this is Andrei from Deftaudio. This is going to be another quick demo on the products that we recently released. And so I think the topic is really important for everybody who is into music production. And let's talk about MIDI controllers. And I'm using a lot of different kind of MIDI controllers and had them over the decades. And certainly I have my favorites, but I wouldn't say I have one single controller that fits all my needs. My most favorite today is this one, is the Rotor Control by Melbourne Instruments from Australia. The fully motorized potentiometers. Amazing controller, expensive though. So for the most favorite, the fader controller is this old guy called PV. It's a PV-PC 1600-1600X. Essentially the same thing, just painted differently, which has 16 faders and 16 buttons. And the benefit of this one, it has hundreds or thousands of different templates for synthesizers, where you could directly control your old vintage synth from this controller. Really like it a lot, still use it. If you're going to get one. Just keep in mind that you probably have to replace the faders. I did that on mine, and it performs really awesome. So, but that's not it really. So, several years ago, I've been thinking about, I'm really looking for the most basic and simplistic MIDI controller that, I don't know, I could put next to the synth, or I could use as a portable controller. And of course, some composers are using the 3-fader banks to control when they do orchestration. I was not really into that, so I was looking like for some knobs really. But what I needed, not knobs, I need a knob, and I couldn't find any controller that would fit the need. So about 6-7 years ago, I designed the product that's called MacroPod. That was a TNC based controller, very good one, in the metal enclosure, and it has the single potentiometer, it had a display, it stored the multiple settings parameters, and the name macro is coming from the fact that it could send multiple MIDI messages at the same time and so on. So I was very excited about that and had it until pretty much COVID time hit. Then everyone ran out of stock, and so TNC never shipped that module again, and so I never redesigned it. Until recently, I started thinking about this idea because I needed it here, and I thought, what could I use and what would be the requirement for me as a user? And really, I don't need any type of like programmability or advanced functions. All I need is just a single knob. And so I came with 3 products. So 1, 2, and 3. Let's talk about them. So it's called MIDIKnob, hence the name. It has this called the MIDIKnob. It's a standard edition, call it that way. What it has the USB-C connector to your computer. It has the encoder, so it's not a potentiometer, it's encoder, endless encoder, with a transparent shaft, and the encoder cap has a transparent lead. So there is a bicolor LED in it, and you can use a different color depending on your configuration or depending on what you program it for. Then there are 2 switches on the sides. There is additional LED here. It will show you what mode you are into, or if it's in a programming mode. More about that later. And of course, because it's encoder, it also has a push button. So very, very simple ABS plastic case, but very good plastic, very good case. This idea is based around Raspberry Pi, fully open source, running on the CircuitPi. You can modify it yourself. You can ask AI to modify it for you. It's doing a lot of things. More about that later. Same concept, same microcontroller. This module called Value. So it has the aluminum cap. It has a standard encoder, no LED in it. You still have the additional LED here, and you only have 1 switch. So same case as well. This one is different. This is the XL. What I'm using here is the aluminum enclosure. In this case, it's just painted in black, but it's aluminum. They have 2 switches. with the aluminum knob with a transparent insert and of course transparent encoder and additional LED. So this overall is just a more robust, but it's more heavy as well and a bit bigger than the other two. Now let's talk about what they can do, what others cannot. And certainly the idea was here to make it simple, so you can use it right out of the box without needing to learn how you can program it yourself. And at the same time, you can have the functions that other controllers simply don't have and never had. So why there are two switches? Basically, one switch is changing the mode. In the mode 1, it can be your MIDI controller and just send the MIDI CC messages and not on, not off when you push the button. In the other mode, it can simulate as the USB HID device, and that basically gives you a way to simulate some multimedia keyboard functions. For instance, you can control with a potentiometer a system volume, and now in this mode, you quickly flip the switch, it changes the mode, and now from MIDI you control immediately the system volume, and you can program on a push button any keyboard shortcut, or you can just mute your volume, or you can mute your mic. And I'm using that pretty much every single day when I sit on the Zoom meetings or some other conference calls. That is such a big helper. So that's the use case for that. So that's one switch. Another switch is basically changing between the 2 or 3 stored configurations in it. And you can quickly program it, or you can quickly switch between these two. There is no programming application. There is no programming interface. The way it works is simply, you connect it to the USB-C, it's working right away, no additional functions or things needed, no drivers needed. It shows as the USB MIDI class device and USB HID class device. And if you want to program it, just double tap on it and send MIDI message to it. So if you want to program it to a specific CC message, just send the CC message with a particular number and any value, and it will memorize it and it will store it in a non-volatile memory. So that's how simple it is. Now let me quickly show it to you. So I will use this one just as an example. And I have a computer here, and you will see the screen of that computer shortly. So instead of having a full sequencer here, what you see, it's just the MIDI application that can send a different MIDI commands. And it's currently monitoring in this area MIDI messages. If I just rotate a potentiometer or encoder, you will see it's sending the MIDI CC messages. And if I press on it, you see it sends some not on, not off messages. If I want to reprogram it, all I do, I just double tap on it, and you will see the red LED now lit on. And what it's now waiting, it's waiting for the MIDI CC. If I want to program it, let's say to the CC1, I just send the any message with the CC1 controller. And from there on, now if I move it, it sends the CC1 message. Same thing, if I want to program it to a different note value, I just send the to this different note, like on this MIDI keyboard, and now it's sending a different note, D2. That's it. If I want to change the operational mode, now I basically I flip the switch, and you may see how it's changing the volume of my system volume if it's recorded. Okay, so that's pretty much it. On the XL model, the only difference to what I explained, it also has a physical TRS MIDI output that could be convenient if you want to connect it to the, I don't know, you put it to the next to the synth, you connect this to your computer, and you connect synth to this one, so every data that it's coming over USB also sends to the synth, including the potentiometer. This is it. Thanks a lot. So for the basic model, I tried to make it as least expensive as possible. So that is roughly $20 for the kit and $40 for the full assembled module. For the aluminum enclosure, it's slightly more expensive, just simply because of enclosure. but you can buy it online at deftaudio.com. You can buy it on Tindy Store. You can buy it on eBay and Reverb as well. Thanks. I can buy it. I forgot something else. Sorry. There is another cool feature that other MIDI controllers don't have, since it has the transparent LED with a transparent shaft that you can program to any of your own needs. In a basic configuration, it blinks to the incoming MIDI clock. So you set your project to the tempo, and then it will be blinking exactly how the tempo goes. I found it's cool. Yeah.